Evening, everybody.
Good evening or good morning.
Or good morning.
It could be good morning. If you're in the UK or in Holland or Spain, any of those places, it'll be morning for you. About 8 or 9 in the morning. Here in so-called Brisbane, in so-called Queensland, in so-called Australia.
It's 6 o'clock in the evening.
6 o'clock in the evening.
On a dark, damp evening.
It's so rainy that we've brought our live stream inside tonight. Because it's just a little bit gloomy and wet out there. Let's keep that chord progression going. But welcome to you.
Welcome, everybody.
Wherever you are. Let's keep the chord progression.
You did. You said so.
The first song we're going to sing, just while people come in and get settled, is from our EP, our new EP, the Millard Pop-Top 74 EP.
We haven't done that for a while, and Millard Pop-Top. We might do it tonight.
We might do it later tonight, yeah. It's a song that Jay wrote after visiting a nursing home where he was playing old rock and roll classics. And there was a lady there who told Jay the story of her life and her marriage, and expressed how those old rock and roll tunes were bringing back to her a lot of memories of her beloved husband who died too young of Alzheimer's. He was a rock and roll dance teacher, a jive teacher. It's called Dance Hall Days.
Old Masonic Hall. It was late September '59. Somehow she knew they'd fall for each other. So they fell for one another.
All the dance hall girls called him the jiving king. He would show them all the latest moves. When he gave her his ring, it said forever. Kiss me quick and leave me never. Dance hall days, well her memory is turning. Dance hall
Days in the circle of fun.
Dance hall days. Now her lonely heart is yearning. Every time the music plays, she sheds a tear that says she's remembering those dance hall days.
The years flew quickly by and the children all left home.
He would spin her round the kitchen late at night when they were alone. He would hold her, sing, lay your head upon my shoulder, just like those dance hall days where her memory is turning. Dance hall days
In the circle of fun.
Dance hall days. Now her lonely heart is yearning. Every time the music plays, she sheds a tear that says she's remembering those dance hall days.
The outsiders took him far too young.
So many dances left undone. Now she lets her body sway to an old familiar song. She thanks me for my singing and I say, hey, you can't go wrong with a little rock and roll. It always lifts the soul, just like those dance hall days. place. She sheds a tear that says she's remembering those dance hall days. Dance hall days where her memory is turning.
It's turning.
Dance hall days
With the circle of his
in the
arms.
circle of his arms. Dance hall days. Now her lonely heart is yearning. Every time the music plays, she sheds a tear that says she's remembering those dance hall days. Save the last dance for me. Save the last dance for me. Dance hall days.
Dance hall days. Gee, that's just what I needed to relax because we've just been a little frantic today
A little
and
bit flustered and a little bit
flustered and frantic. Gee, that's just a nice pace of song to settle us down. Now, where's the wine? It's Friday night.
It's Friday
Shouldn't we
night.
have a glass of
We
wine?
didn't even get a bottle of wine
We
today.
didn't have time
We were
to even
thinking
go
about it
out
when we
shopping
went
and get a bottle of wine. So I hope that you, if it's Friday night for you, I hope that you are having a bottle of wine
I'm
right
having a
now.
bottle of wine.
We're just going to check in with who's watching. We've got only a few people so far, but welcome to you. It's so lovely to have you. We've got Christy Galwa.
Good evening, Christy.
Good evening, Christy. We've got
Jonathan.
Asuk. Hello, Asuk.
Oh, hi, Asuk.
Hello, Asuk and Uli. I'm sure you're there too. We've put this on landscape today, so it's harder
Makes
to
it more
see the
difficult to see
the
the-
comments.
Yeah.
We've got Robin and
evening,
Trish. So hi to Robin, Andrew and Trish who are there together just over the way, not far away from here. And I saw Jay Benton. Hello, Jay Benton.
Evening, Jay.
Let us know where you are in the world, and if you know what country you're on. If you're in Australia, you'll be on the country of the traditional custodians of the land. We are here in Yugambeh country. I know that Robin and Andrew and Trish, you're also
Yugambeh.
on Yugambeh country. So to acknowledge that we are in Yugambeh country, we usually like to say
Jingari.
Jingari,
Jingy Wally Walu.
Jingy Wally Walu, which
How are
means
you all?
hello, g'day, what's the news, how you doing?
Good to see you.
And paying our respects to the First Nations elders who have taken care of this land for generations, the ancestors and the current elders, for generations upon generations upon generations. Countless generations have looked after this land in this place. And we're very grateful to be here and very thankful to them. So yes, acknowledgement of country is very important to us. Acknowledging that this land was taken by force, and that sovereignty, the sovereignty of the First Nations people, has never been ceded. This is their land. This is their land. We are guests here on their land.
Yeah.
And we love this country. Don't get me wrong, we love Australia. We just want it to be the best Australia it can be. And that means that we have to acknowledge the truth of the history of this country, and we have to pay our respects first and foremost to the First Nations custodians of this land. Having said all that, what are we going to sing next?
Well,
Oh,
it's been a very political
such
week.
a big
one way or
political
another.
week, and I'm not quite ready to get into that
No,
right
okay,
now.
all right.
One thing that happened to us this week is that we had another brain scan for me.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
That was
So,
yesterday.
An MRI yesterday for Catherine. So,
yeah.
waiting for the outcome of that from next week. We'll find out from her radiation specialist whether or not what kind of outcome we've had from that. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that Mallory has shrunk to mal or less than, and that it's rapidly disappearing over the horizon somewhere.
If people aren't aware of the situation and why I need an MRI on my brain, it's because nearly 3 years ago I was told that, well, it was found out actually. I wasn't told by my neurologist. She decided not to tell me that my scan showed that I had a large vestibular schwannoma on my 8th cranial nerve, which is the nerve in the brain that controls our hearing and our balance. And we have one set of nerves on the left side and another matching set on the right side. So there's 12 pairs of cranial nerves, and they all control different functions, including our eyesight. They all pass through a very small area
in the brain too. So it's very difficult to actually, when you find a tumour on one of them, it's very difficult to actually remove it without damaging that one and the other one. So
it was a very tricky situation to find out that I had this, and that it was starting to press on my brain stem, and that was starting to cause a lot of different problems, and it was going to cause more problems down the track, and eventually stop the cerebrospinal fluid from draining out of my head and down into my spine.
Yeah.
It was going to stop me from swallowing and being able to articulate, to speak properly. It was also going to eventually stop me from hearing properly, and it was already giving me problems with my balance. So I was struggling to walk in a straight line, and just going down the stairs, I was noticing I have to hold on to the stair rail now. I didn't used to have to do that sort of thing. So these were some of the tells, but one of the first tells that I had this brain tumor, and this is what's so weird. You'd think that having a brain tumor, you'd know about it with some dramatic effect, but it's often very, very subtle. So the first thing I noticed was in January 2021, when this side of my face, my left side of my face, started to feel like it had pins and needles all the time, particularly in the middle section of my face. And that feeling over time just got worse and worse and worse, and just started creeping up into my eye. My eye felt like it was cold and numb and gripped by these pins and needles, and then my lips and my tongue started to have this nasty taste and this cold, numb sensation on it. I started to feel like I was having difficulty in saying certain sounds, S, Z, that sort of, like my tongue wasn't activating as well. So those were some of the symptoms that sent me looking for an answer, and it took so long. It took so long to get answers, and I didn't find out for 6 months after my neurologist actually had an answer on her desk, because she sent me for an MRI, and the MRI clearly showed there was a large brain tumor on the vestibular cochlear nerve that was causing my symptoms, and it needed urgent attention. And she didn't tell me. And I was asking for results. I kept on ringing her office, asking for results. I was told, no, you're on a long waiting list follow-up. And my GP assumed that was because there was no bad news. The scan must have been fine, Cath. But I kept going back to my GP and saying, hey, can you help me get these scan results? Because the neurologist is just giving me pushback all the time. And eventually my GP did the job for me. She got the scan results for me. And she was the one who called me up on the 28th of it was late April, and said, come and see me immediately. And I was like thinking the worst. And luckily it wasn't quite the worst. The worst would have been if it was a cancerous brain tumor, because that is a lot more difficult to deal with. And I have friends who are dealing with brain cancers, and my heart goes out to you. It's an incredibly scary situation. Luckily, mine is not cancerous, but it still was damaging and dangerous, and it still needed to come out. So I had to have surgery, and that was the most scary thing that had ever happened to me in my life, to have my head cut open from here to here, and a piece of skull removed, and they had to go in through behind my ear, right into the middle of my skull to get this tumor and to make it smaller. This is all fun stuff to talk about, isn't it? They made it smaller. They could have tried removing it in entirety, and some people go for that.
We should do Tell Me Doctor next.
Yeah, we are going to.
Oh, is that what you're
introducing? This is the introduction to it. This is the long introduction to my next song. You can have it removed completely if you want to, but it has a lot of risks to it. And one of those risks was facial palsy, complete loss of hearing on that side. And I wanted to reduce the risk of losing my hearing because I am a musician. So I opted to have it only partially removed. And then I opted to have gamma knife radiation to the tumor, the remainder of the tumor 3 months after the surgery. So that's the treatments that I've had. And every 6 months we check on the tumor to see how it's going. It got a little bit bigger after the radiation because
Which is
that's expected because it makes it swell up. That's what radiation does, and that's why they wouldn't offer it to me when the tumor was large. So once it was small enough to radiate, they did that, and now it is showing signs that it's stabilized, not swelling anymore.
Well, the last MRI did anyway.
The last MRI 6 months ago.
So we wait to see what happens with this one.
And they're showing some signs of necrosis. That means that the tissue is starting to die. And that's what we want. We want Mallory, that's what I called her, Mallory now, Mal, because she's smaller. We want her never to grow back. And my visualization is that she just shrivels up and dies and turns into dust. That I just have, just disseminates into my bloodstream and then just gets pissed away with all the waste that I don't need. Because I don't need Mallory, I don't need her there. Unfortunately, I do have severe to profound hearing loss in this side. I can hear some things, but it's mostly what they call not useful. So, for instance, if I'm lying in bed and Jay's like, I've got my good ear down in the pillow, and Jay's having a chat to me on the other side, it just sounds like, so I immediately have to lift my head off the pillow and say, beg your pardon. So poor Jay has to repeat himself a lot. So yeah, it is difficult. I am finding it difficult to be a musician and have this sort of hearing loss because I feel really unbalanced in what the oral picture is. It's like having, one eye covered all the time. And I find it hard sometimes to know whether I'm pitching correctly. I might not hear an instrument correctly, or I might hear too much of one thing and I can't hear my own voice. My own voice sounds different to me in my own head. Working with headphones is really difficult. Stereo mixes are out, mono. So there's a lot of adapting to do. But this is all by way of a very long introduction to the song that I wrote about the frustrating process of being diagnosed. I also have balance issues. I often feel like I'm heading in the wrong direction. But this is the song, yes, I just got back from hospital, and this is what came to me. 3, 4.
Mundy, tell me, doctor. And they did tell her in the end.
I had to fight to find out.
We got a bit of an apology, but the tumour had grown during that 6-month period, and who knows if we'd been able to catch it earlier, maybe a better outcome could have been obtained, but we will never know, I guess. And of course the medical profession closes ranks and there is literally nothing you can do to get any kind of compensation. Never mind, we live with what we've got, and Catherine is doing incredibly well. I think you'll agree. It doesn't seem to have affected her vocally, and it doesn't seem to have affected her musically, and certainly
I feel it has affected me.
you do from the inside, but
my voice doesn't feel as strong as it was beforehand. I think I've lost confidence because after the surgery I lost my voice. I could barely speak. And I did have to go to speech therapy and back to singing lessons to get my confidence again. But we are going to be writing a music theatre cabaret about my experiences as a brain tumour patient, because I had so many thoughts and musical ideas that came to me, probably as a result of being on very heavy drugs. Very heavy pain-killing drugs after the surgery. And I was like, yes, I have to write a musical about this. And then I got to the time when the drugs had worn off, and I thought, oh, maybe that's a really silly idea. Maybe I shouldn't do this. But then I thought, no, Mallory is teaching me to be brave and to show up and to speak up and to step into being myself and to not be afraid to really be me and
so
show who I am.
will be about the journey and about self-advocacy.
Yeah, that's right.
Because that's what we found paid off dealing with the medical profession was self-advocacy. Not rudeness, but determination and firmness.
Yeah, assertiveness. And I'm going to be performing that song at a conference for people who have the sort of tumour that I have, the Acoustic Neuroma Association of Australia, because the tumour is known as an acoustic neuroma, also called a vestibular schwannoma. And I'm going to the hospital to go to the Queensland meeting of the members. And we don't often meet in person. It's a real opportunity to meet other people who have the same sort of tumour as I do. And I am going to sing that song for the group.
We are going to sing that song.
Oh, and he's going to sing it with me. Yay. I just wanted to catch up with the people that were here because it's really hard to see. I had to do this, Jay. Oh, I had to do this. Oh, my goodness.
Tipped it up the other way now.
Oh. There we go. I had to kneel when we did it in landscape last time.
So it doesn't go flopsy again.
Swipe left to reveal the... Oh, there we go. Oh, and look at Martin Jones. He says, your voice is still fantastic. Hello, Martin, and thank you very kindly.
I'm glad you agree with me, Martin.
Claire Boyd in the UK. Martin Jones in the UK. So good morning to you.
Guys.
Hello. And Paul Morwood is here. It's good to have you, Paul. You're never late. Never. Always on time. And Asook, thank you, Asook, saying, you are such a courageous lady I ever met. Oh, bless you. You're a courageous lady too. I know lots of people have faced medical battles, and the courage that takes. I'm in awe of you all. Nikita, hello. Good to have you, darling. Nikita says, I'm so glad your GP was able to help you advocate. Yeah, she was eventually. At first, I think she thought they're not getting back to me with results because there's nothing wrong. You know, no news is good news. But
she admitted
my
to
body
feeling very, very guilty about the fact that she hadn't phoned us immediately. The paper had come across her desk, but she did do the very next day because she had thought, oh, there probably isn't any urgency, but she got it.
Oh, yeah, she didn't look at the report when it first came to her.
As soon as she saw it, she phoned us immediately and said, can you come in tomorrow? Which
so
is
my
really
GP,
unusual for our GP because she's booked up well in advance because she's so good.
My GP.
Dr. Umar, she's amazing. Oh, Asuk knows that.
Yeah.
She's also...
And also my acupuncturist, JB, she was the one who was encouraging me to self-advocate and get my results from the neurologist because the neurologist wasn't telling me. Hello to Leanne. Leanne, you made it this week. Yay.
Hey,
great
welcome.
to have you. All right. I think we've caught up with everybody.
Was that
We
Narelle?
haven't...
Did I see Narelle?
Narelle. Are you there, Narelle?
Further up, further up.
Further up?
Yeah, I thought so.
Paul says, I'm a trooper. Keep on keeping on. Thank you, Paul. So are you.
Marilyn, what was that? Oh,
Marilyn.
No, it was
Martin. Yeah, it's good to have you all. All right, so, I'm on my knees and now I'm going to get up without falling over. Go down on my hands. Oh, all right. Let's bring Joshua in to do no words, shall we?
Oh, yeah.
Our
Okay.
son Joshua is here. Yay, Joshua. Let me just get my ukulele.
Just a little bit
We're indoors. For those of you who
further up.
have just joined us, we're indoors because it's so rainy. So we thought let's head out inside tonight. It's been bucketing, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Oh, hello, everybody.
Here's Joshua.
Hey, Josh. Wait,
So most of you would know Josh is a new bass player. He's just started learning to play guitar and bass guitar, and he's teaching himself. With a bit of input from us here and there, but
bit of parental input.
you're teaching yourself essentially, and we're really impressed with you. You're doing a great job, and we're so pleased that he wants to play with us. That's just so nice. Robin's saying yes, JB is amazing. Yes, you're another patient of the wonderful JB, incredible acupuncturist. Don't start yet. Here we go. There are no words for what's happening in Palestine. There are no words, no words.
There are no words for what's happening in Palestine. There are no words, no words. Let us imagine being free from the river to the sea. All of the children playing free from the river to the sea. There are no words for the slaughtering of innocence. There are no words, no words. There are no words for the slaughtering of innocence. There are no words, no words. Imagine living peacefully from the river to the sea. All the precious children playing free from the river to the sea. There are no words for the death of our humanity. There are no words, no words. There are no words for the death of our humanity. There are no words, no words. There are no words Fabulous. Well done,
Thank
Josh.
you, Joshua. Thank you so much for playing that with us. That was your first time. You only learned it this afternoon, so like an hour before,
In the hour before we
before
came
the
on.
live stream.
It's pretty amazing
So
stuff.
really, really proud of you. Thank you. So no words. We're going to be performing that at a fundraiser coming up next weekend. Not this weekend coming, but the Saturday after, the 5th of April. It's the Gaza Art Fundraiser where our friend Catherine McLeod is going to be selling prints of her work as well as exhibiting originals of her work in response to watching this genocide unfolding in Palestine over the last how many months now?
It feels like a couple of years
18, well, it's 18 months, I think,
months.
since this recent one started. But really, this has been ongoing for decades. And it's just so disturbing to see how many children have been killed. And that's where I came from in writing that song. Those words, no words, there are no words, came to me in the shower when I was thinking about the children of Palestine and how tens of thousands of them have been killed and many, many more injured.
Mutilated.
And at this particular fundraiser that Catherine is organising, where we will be performing music, as well as Phil Mansour and Sophie Nishizawa and Pig City Censored, we will be raising money for Limbs of Hope, which is a charity. The charity is Matwa, and they are doing a project called Limbs of Hope, which will be providing and are already providing prosthetic limbs
for the amputated children
in
Gaza.
Gaza, because they're the highest cohort of amputees in
Per
children
capita,
per
anywhere
capita,
in the world,
and
of
adults
course.
as well, I believe.
Yep.
So it's a wonderful charity to be supporting. 100% of the sales of prints goes to this charity. Percentage of the sales of originals goes to this charity. If you put in a donation for the Lucky Door Prize, you're in the running to win some beautiful original artworks. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
You're being congratulated here, Josh. Paul says, well done, Josh. Such a sad song. No words.
Yes,
It is a sad song. I'm just going to scroll down to those comments. Is Josh singing also, says Asuk?
No.
Not at the moment.
Not yet. He's concentrating on playing at the
I'm playing.
moment. It's harder than it looks to sing and play an instrument at the same time.
People just look at you and they go, "Oh yeah, they're singing and playing," but
It's
actually there is an art to it, and it takes a bit of hard
Takes a
work.
lot of practice. So whilst
To
you're
get it all
learning an
together.
instrument, I think
Especially
that's...
the bass. I've yet to actually try to sing and play the bass at the same time because I've always been a guitarist. I can play rhythm, but I'm wondering if I can play single notes as well as be able to sing live. I've never tried it.
But you could learn it too. Viv Jackson is watching.
G'day,
Hello,
Viv.
Viv.
Cousin Viv.
You're in the UK. You're a cousin of Jay's, as a second cousin, I
Good
believe,
morning,
or
good
first
morning.
cousin.
I hope you're having a nice cup of coffee.
First cousin, I think, Viv, aren't you? Because your father and Jay's father are
We're brothers.
brothers.
That's
Yep,
right.
that's right. So first cousins. And Christy is giving you a compliment too, Josh, saying you're a good addition. Yay! Thank you,
We
Christy.
think so too.
We think he's a great addition. We look forward to playing more with him. Okay, I think I've caught up with the comments.
All right, what are we going to do next?
What are we gonna
ladies?
do next?
Shall we?
Excuse your knee.
You're right there.
It's really hard
Oh,
to get
getting
up
up from the
here
floor.
because there's
We'll
all
have to
sorts of
find some
things
of,
around me and I've got bad balance.
Have something that can wind up and wind down. But anyway. So there's a choice.
What are we going
If
to
we're
do?
going to talk about, Palestine, there was a musician, a Brisbane musician, who was given an award by Q Music this last week or so.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
2 days ago, at an award ceremony in Brisbane, and there were a number of, should we call them celebrities or luminaries, let's say, there in the audience. And Kelly Green decided that she would use her acceptance speech to tell people what inspired the piece of music that she had written, the piece of jazz music that she had written, which had no words to it. In actual fact, was fully an instrumental. And she called upon the Australian government to cease supplying arms to the Israelis, who after all are considered internationally to be a criminal regime, and who are, it has been recognised fully by the international community, committing genocide in Gaza. And she called upon our government to do the right thing, to support human rights and humanity, and to stop supplying weapons to people who are killing children. And for that, our illustrious mayor,
Brisbane City
Mayor Adrian Schrinner, decided that he would defund the awards, Queensland Music Awards, because he said that she was actually making hate speech against the Jewish community, which was not true. We've read the transcript of her speech. Not one word of hatred, not one word mentioning anti-Semitism in any way at all. And he decided to take it upon himself to defund her, defund the Music Awards ceremony, and also to stop the concert that she was going to be putting on, I believe at Cuppa? Not sure. Anyway, again, funded by the Brisbane City Council, they cancelled her concert. And this is a very, very serious and very, very worrying thing to have happened, because here we are with an artist who has been inspired by something that is happening in the world, and she is being punished for mentioning the truth and for being an artist and having an opinion. Artists have always had opinions, and in our constitution in this country, it is meant for any artist and any person to be able to express themselves freely without fear of reprisals from the government or from any other kind of an organisation. And Schrinner has basically turned that on its head. And it's what happens in totalitarian regimes, not in democracies. So we have called him out. We have actually put out a petition asking people to sign to support artists and freedom of expression for artists and for everybody in this country, so that they can actually express their opinions freely without fear of reprisals. So we decided that we would
make a petition
up, and we had to do something. Today I was blown apart for me. Today I actually could not do anything else except that I had to find a way to try to defend our democracy, to try to defend our right to free speech. So we started a change.org petition. So
you can find it on our page.
Yeah, find it on our page. Hopefully you'll get to see it.
Please sign the petition.
Sign it, share it, please. We need
if you
as
value our democracy.
You value our democracy. Anyway, that leads us on.
This does lead into the next song, which is a song we released first on our 2006 album, Halfpenny Tweedle.
Yeah.
It's called Stealing My Democracy, and then a couple of years ago we updated it to relate to particular events happening in Australia, particularly with the climate crisis and the way that they were making peaceful protest illegal here in Australia,
and basically
to
ignoring
clamp down on climate activism.
And ignoring things like the Path to Treaty, and ignoring land rights for the First Nations people of this country. When the song was originally written, I wrote it in the UK for a situation that was happening there, where the Labor government of the time...
we can't go into all of that, sorry. Okay. We've got to sing.
We're trying to get rid of habeas corpus because of terrorism that was going on at the time. And this song changed the direction of that, managed to get Minister, the man who was the Shadow Home Secretary, to run on a ticket of keeping habeas corpus in the Constitution of the UK. And he won a landslide victory, and therefore his party supported him in that.
And he named this song
as his main
influence. As an influence to help him to take that stand. So we felt very honoured.
Yeah, I hope this song influences everybody in this country as well. It's called Stealing My Democracy.
I'm as angry as I can be, 'cause you made such a fool out of me. You treat native title as if it's a joke. All your pretty promises go up in smoke, as you and your cronies extinguish all hope. Stealing my democracy, cutting back on freedom. Stealing my democracy, a little more each day. Now you made yourself some handy laws, so you don't have to listen to me anymore. I can march in thousands through these city streets, calling for change and protesting in peace. Daily your intimidations increase. Stealing my democracy, cutting back on freedom. You're stealing my democracy, a little more each day. Well, I'm sick of your media spin, papering over the mess we're in. You only want the news if it's your point of view, but little of what you've been saying is true. Will anything worthwhile be left when you're through? Stealing my democracy, cutting back on freedom. You're stealing my democracy, a little more each day. My parents fought for humanity, not this facade you're selling me. They bought me the right to disagree with you, and anything you do, but you're stealing it away. One day I'll get you out.
I'll get you
There'll be an end to this fear and doubt. I hope to heaven that I can find someone with integrity, someone who's kind, someone with the good of the people in mind. Instead of stealing my democracy, cutting back on freedom, you're stealing my democracy, a little more each day. You're stealing my democracy, cutting back on freedom, yeah, stealing my democracy, a little more each day, a little more each day, a little more each day, a little more. Stealing my democracy.
Oh, I hear the arrival of my mum in the driveway.
In the driveway,
I can
I
hear
think.
the unmistakable sound of her little guests. as
She's been in
entered.
Tasmania.
She went and had a little holiday. She's so good. She might not. Can you go down
Can
and
you go and
explain
tell
to
her?
her,
Yeah,
darling?
tell her what's going on and
Thank you.
ask
And
her-
invite her to come in.
Yeah, as
Oh,
long as she's quiet.
She's welcome to come in and make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
Hello to Kathleen and Andrew down in Canberra. More
G'day.
first cousins on, this time on Jay's mother's
side.
side, on the
That's
Smith
right.
side.
On the
Jay's
Smith
mother
side.
was a Smith
She was.
at birth. So yeah, Andrew and Kathy Smith. We love you guys. So good to have you. Claire says this song could also be about a certain person in the USA who seems to believe that he holds the right to do whatever he wants to.
That's true.
That's true. We have a song about him,
We have a song
which
about
we
him
sang
as
last
well.
week.
We didn't want to sort of make everything too political all at once, but it is very political times that we are living through, Claire. Extremely political times.
Yes, they are, as
And when
we all
something
know.
happens in your own city, it's really on the doorstep and it's really on the nose.
Oh, Kathleen's saying that Andrew's at the men's shed tonight. Oh, that's great
good
that
on
you're doing men's shed, Andrew.
Nobody out there?
I went out there, no car.
I heard a car.
I heard her
saw the
car.
lights of a car
Okay.
when I went out to look
Perhaps
there,
she's
but
gone away then. I don't know.
Maybe she arrived and then changed her mind.
Maybe she came up here and realized, wait a second.
Yeah. Maybe.
Wait a minute.
Oh, there you go.
Wait a minute. Oh, Sophie. Hello, Sophie. How are you? Oh, Juanita's here as well, saying great Friday night entertainment. Well, we're not doing a concert or anything. This is just meant to be a very casual chat and a few songs thrown in, but I'm glad it's entertaining.
Yeah, it needs to be entertaining. Why else would anybody watch?
Claire says, does Jay have a favourite guitar?
Do I have a favourite guitar? Yes, very difficult. I think I have 8 guitars. All of them do different things and I own them for different reasons.
He's got 8 guitars.
It's very difficult because there are ones that are my favourites because they actually have a sound that nobody else has got. And they are really, really fantastic journeyman guitars which I can play just about anywhere under any circumstance. There is my beautiful Gibson J100, which is possibly the prettiest
That one
guitar and
there.
certainly the most expensive guitar I've ever owned.
That was his 70th birthday present that he got just over
this one.
5 years ago.
Which you will have very famously seen Elvis Presley using in one of his comeback concerts in Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. But it is not the best sounding of my guitars. It is actually the prettiest. I've recently upgraded the electronics inside it, and actually as an amplified instrument, it's actually sounding pretty fine. So I'm very happy with that. This little Taylor is one of my very favourite instruments because when I was having problems with my back, I still have 5 discs that are in my back, in my lower back. And when I was sitting down and playing for the choir, my big-bodied guitars were pushing my spine to one side, and I found it excruciating. So the only way I could play sitting down, and I need to sit down at choir because it's 2 hours or sometimes longer, I thought, well, I need a smaller bodied guitar. So I did lots of research and went to 3 or 4 shops around Brisbane, music shops obviously, looking at small bodied guitars. And when I played this one, it was so much head and shoulders above anything else that I found in the city that I just had to have it. So I bought this one. And it is just amazing.
It is an incredible
It's an
little
amazing
guitar.
little
We just
guitar.
can't believe how good the
Yeah.
sound is from it. Like, it's just so full and it's such a small instrument.
And
but-
when you plug it in, it's a monster. So
Yeah.
there are different reasons. I have electric guitars that I absolutely love as well. I had my Fiesta Red Stratocaster, which Hank Marvin signed for me.
Oh yeah, back
so
in
that's
2018,
2018,
we saw
when we
Hank
see
Marvin playing at the Brisbane Jazz
and
Club.
since I've always been a huge fan of the Shadows, and I play a lot of their music just for the sheer fun and delight of playing it. And after 50 years of playing the guitar, I don't play those instrumentals with as much tone and precision as Hank did when he was 17, 18 years of age.
What a genius.
What a genius of a player, and revolutionised English rock and roll music forever. But anyway, so that's a very favourite of mine. I have a 12-string guitar which I built during COVID to give myself something to do, and I really love that. But it doesn't play so easily as my other guitars, and it doesn't stay in tune quite as well as they do either. So it's very difficult to use it live. But still, an all absolutely beautiful instrument. So yeah, and.
I think, but this is a perfect segue though, Claire, from what you said earlier about certain someone in the US.
Yeah.
Jay wrote a song last week or you wrote it 2 weeks ago and we performed it like that day
Where
on
is-
our live stream.
So that's the verse. Where is the chorus? For
Oh
Josh?
yeah, for Josh.
I think we got to remember the words, you and me. Oh well.
Oh,
I don't know
my-
how we do this quite.
Just put that. No, I don't need these. It's fine.
You don't?
No, I've memorized it.
Oh
Okay.
wow. All right.
Josh has just learned to play a new bass part for Robin
And
Hood
also,
in reverse,
And
which
he's-
is
look at the bass.
really
Yeah,
cool.
this
Get
is-
him out. Oh, it's so
This
pretty.
is Dad's bass.
Yeah, it's
Not
my,
mine.
my recording bass, that one, but Josh wanted to give it a try this week, so we thought we'd
So he's
have a go
learning
at
to
it.
play on a different bass, and he's learning to play a different bass line. Kathleen's saying hi to you, Josh.
Hi.
Cousin Kathleen down in Canberra. Great to have you. I'm sorry that my
Okay.
mum didn't appear to say hi. So yeah, Get Him Out is written by Jay 2 weeks ago. We performed it, and then we all had a bit of an input into sort of finessing some of the words and phrases.
Yep.
And then we performed it again last week for the first time, but we still hadn't settled on all the phrasing. Each week we're getting a little bit closer.
Getting a bit closer to where we want to be, but we did do a video of it
Last night.
to be put out on Facebook, because after all,
And YouTube.
time is a wasting. You know, we need to get this guy on the skids because he's a maniac and he's putting us all in incredible danger, not only impoverishing the poor people of America, who after all, you know, they did vote him in, but they don't deserve.
Not everybody did.
Not everybody did, and they don't really deserve to get thrown under his particular bus. So yes, this is about the orange
Dictator.
dictator as America
Emphasis
slides
on-
closer to dictatorship, and we are going to fight that as much as we are going to fight the inconsistencies in our own
democracy.
So this is called Get Him Out.
Oh, America, what have you done? Oh, America, what have you done? Get him out, get him out. You can't afford to wait. Get him out before it's all too late. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Every day he does something worse. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. He's Robin Hood in reverse, 'cause he steals from the poor and gives to the rich to keep himself in power. This lying, racist misogynist thinks he's the man of the hour. His ego is as big as a mountain. His ambition is to rule us all. With his money and his weapons and his bullying ways, time for Humpty Dumpty to fall. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. You can't afford to wait. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Before it's all too late. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Every day he does something worse. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. He's Robin Hood in reverse. He's breaking down your constitution, and he thinks that he's above the law. Oh, get him out now, before you discover you can't get him out at all. And who the hell is Elon Musk? Nobody elected him. He's just the world's richest fascist, bankrolling Trump's every sin. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. You can't afford to wait. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. Before it's all too late. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. 'Cause every day he does something worse. Get him out, get him out, get him out, get him out. He's Robin Hood in reverse. Trump doesn't care about people. He destroys them with a flick of his pen. And holding your neighbors to ransom won't make your country great again.
Get him out.
Well done, Joshua.
Well done, Josh.
He's learned
That is a
bass
relentless
line.
bass part, I can tell you. It really does. It really does charge along at a fair old
How's
speed.
your hand? How's your hand feeling? Cramped. Get some magnesium. Oh wow. Well done, Jay, with your songwriting. It's a fantastic song, and the more we sing it, the better it gets.
Yeah.
Please,
So we put it out there on Facebook. Please subscribe.
and
Please share it.
It's actually on our YouTube channel.
It's on the YouTube
as
channel,
well, so
and it's on
please share
Instagram
it.
as well.
Yes.
So
Please share it. Please share it. Please share it. And if you're a singer, please sing it.
yeah, sing it.
Write to us, and we'll send you the lyrics and the chords.
We can even send you a backing track if you want to sing it
Yep,
against
Jay's
the backing
just
track.
made a beautiful backing track, very funky.
Yeah. So,
Liz Buckman, hello Liz, good to see
Good
you.
evening, Liz.
Says amazing wordsmithing Jay and fab performance by all. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you, Josh.
Do you want to move that
Big
just over
thank
there
you to
so Mummy
Joshua.
doesn't kick it, Josh. Just put it a
Let's-
little further away. That's well done. Good on you, Josh.
Yay,
Big hand for our mate.
Josh. Yeah, come and show your face again.
Show your
there he
face.
is. Give him up. Everyone, give him
Yay.
a love heart or a thumbs up. Thank you, darling. It's a joy to play with you. All right, well, I guess it's time to finish up now. And we
guess
thought we
it
would
is.
do our Millard Pop-Top song again because we haven't done that for a while. Hello, David Wolf and Victoria and family. Lovely to see you here. Robin says, bravo, you three. Thank you. And Claire says, well done, Josh. The bass is a great addition. Yeah, we've always wanted a bass player. We're delighted that he wants to
Josh
play.
just piped up one day a couple of months ago and said, do you know what, I wouldn't mind playing bass for you guys. And we sort of went, well, it's going to take a lot of work.
It
And
is
went,
going to take
"Okay,
a lot of work, but he
I'll
wants
offer
to do it.
So good on him.
Kathleen is saying Corbin is learning flute and has been accepted into the school band playing the clarinet.
10 years old. Good on you,
Flute
Corbin.
and clarinet. Good on you, Corbin. We haven't seen cousin Corbin, since he was a toddler. Oh, we miss
got
you
down there
guys.
for
We
a
need
long
to
time now.
see you again. And hello to Melanie Hannon. Hello, good people, on this very rainy night. Melanie says, yes, it is rainy here. What's the weather like in your part of the world if you're not in where we are in Yugambeh country? Martin says, missed the last bit as I was travelling to work. Did I miss anything? Yes, Martin, you missed us singing Get Him Out, which is all about a certain orange dictator.
But you can catch it on Facebook, and you can put it on YouTube and on Instagram. So
I'll send you a link, Martin. Yeah, we recorded it and put it on YouTube yesterday, but we just sang it live, and it was a lot of fun to sing. It's very cathartic, actually. Thank you, Leanne. Leanne's giving some applause too.
Thanks, Leanne.
We'll pass that on to Josh. All right, so
well, we better finish up, but we haven't
our
done
little Millard
Millard
Pop-Top
Pop-Top
song.
for quite some time because we thought we'd overused it.
Might have oversung it a bit, but now we miss it. This is a song about the trials and tribulations of owning a very, very old little wind-up camper. Has the roof that winds up and the beds that slide out at each end. We bought this back when Joshua was 5 because we wanted a camping alternative to being on the floor, on the ground, where
Because
often
you're always wet
floods
in a
and
tent.
rain come through. So
Even when it's hot and dry, when you come to pack the thing up, it's wet.
it's wet. So we thought, let's get something up on wheels. What could go wrong?
And 11 years later, we had annual outings that showed us exactly what could go wrong when you buy something.
So many
For
things
not-
could go wrong.
for not very much
and
money.
So many things did go wrong. Claire says it's drizzling in the UK. Well, it's
drizzling
probably,
here too.
It's probably drizzling here. I can't tell right now, but it's not raining, bucketing, but it has been most of the day on and off.
Yeah. It's been a very wet week
very
actually
wet
for
week.
Brisbane and the surrounds. And we've got piles of washing still waiting to be done. We don't know how we're going to get them dry. Millard Pop-Top.
I'm just going to check my tuning
Oh, okay.
because it sounds like the weather might be just affecting it. Yep, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming and joining us tonight. We always enjoy your company, and
It's dry in Canberra.
it's dry in Canberra.
It's dry in Canberra.
Oh, you're very lucky.
Yeah, Mum's just got back from Hobart where it was very dry as well. It was so dry here before our recent cyclone event.
Yeah,
The
that
grass
seems
was
to have had
drying up.
a bit of a thrown
Brown.
a switch where the rain is concerned.
All right, so everything's green now.
Yes, it is. green and
Let's
growing.
see if we can remember Millard Pop-Top. I hope
Yes.
you're all singing along at home.
Yes.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
We were tired of camping in a swag, waking on a bumpy floor. Time for a change, we decided. Let's see what we can afford. I started eating alternatives till I was dizzy in the head. When an online ad caught my eye, this is what it said. When you can wind her up and you can wind her down, she got 2 good wheels to keep you off the ground. A bed at each end, a big space in the middle to hold the family and more. It's your lucky day, haul the dream away. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
We bought a cheap sight unseen. That might have been a mistake, 'cause she was a bit of a fixer-up, about a little love was all that it would take. And so began a journey through an ever-evolving door. As the money came in, it soon went out on a Pop-Top 74. First the telescopes went down, but only one at a time, 'cause the cables kept getting tangled up in a way only the devil could design. So we exercised our credit card till it was bruised and sore. And once again she was working just like back in 74. 'Cause you could wind her up and you could wind her down. She got 2 good wheels to keep you off the ground. A bed at each end, a big space in the middle to hold the family and more. It's your lucky day, haul the dream away. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
Then she tried to kill me.
This is true.
She pulled my car back down the hill. I fell underneath the wheels. How I'm living is a miracle still. The insurance company laughed at me, but paid up finally. $800 excess, and she was as right as she would ever be. But then the roof sprang a leak. We couldn't tell just where. We filled buckets every time it rained. It was a sad and a sorry affair. So I rebuilt the whole damn thing, along with most of the floor. And the very next time we took her out, the ancient canvas tore. But you could wind her up and you could wind her down. She got 2 good wheels to keep you off the ground. A bed at each end, a big space in the middle to hold the family and more. It's your lucky day, haul the dream away. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
Millard Pop-Top 74.
3,000 more and she was fixed again, but it was really time for her to go. So we sold her for a couple of grand to some people that we didn't know. Now they call us up all the time to tell us that she's doing well, and how it was their lucky day when we decided to sell. 'Cause you can wind her up and you can wind her down. She got 2 good wheels to keep you off the ground. A bed at each end, a big space in the middle to hold the family and more. It's your lucky day, haul the dream away. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74. She's a Millard Pop-Top 74.
Millard Pop-Top 74. Oh my goodness.
Ah, what
We
a
can laugh
journey.
about it now.
We can laugh about it now that we sold it.
We
did,
can.
we sold it. But Jay, you did amazing work on that thing, and he's now the foremost expert in the design and repair of the cabling
know
systems
quite about that, but I'm-
of those types
I
of
certainly had an
campers.
education that I paid for. There's no doubt about it.
God bless you all. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank you so
tonight
much.
on our little live stream.
On our little live stream, and we'll
see what just happened then?
back at the
Love
same time,
hearts.
same back channel next Friday. We're going to stick to 6 o'clock in the evening, which will be 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning or 10 o'clock in the morning, wherever
Depending
you are
on
in Europe. And we'll stick to that because as the sunset here gets earlier and earlier, you're going to end up getting up at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning to see us. And we thought that wasn't quite fair.
No,
so
we'd like to keep our UK people
we'd like to keep our UK
able
and
to
our
join
European
us
friends.
over breakfast.
Yes. So 6 o'clock our time next Friday, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. And hopefully we'll play some different songs.
Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.
Have a wonderful weekend. Stay dry.
Stay safe, stay dry. Thank you
Remember,
for being here.
sign that petition.
Yes, sign the
and,
petition and share our new song, Get Him Out.
Get him out.
Find it on our YouTube channel or our Facebook page and
Let's
share it.
Keep
Thank
our democracy strong.
Thank you all. God bless you.
Good
Bye.
night.